Yesterday what we learned? We learned yesterday introduction of the components. As part of the server installation, we got one of the component that is known as administration console, that is handled by, or that is the responsibility of admin to do all the activities whatever we are doing, like creating the users, groups, securities, repository service, integration service, everything will be handled by admin. And as part of the client installation, we got four components. One is repository manager, second is designer, workflow manager, workflow monitor. These are the four components that we got. Out of which repository manager and workflow monitor, both the role of people will be knowing it, admin as well as developer. But whereas designer and workflow manager will be knowing by only developer, there is a developer responsibility. And we are trying to create today repository service. We are trying to create as part of the repository service. Already we are aware of it. Repository service is nothing but it is a storage location of whatever work you do in Informatica. Everything is going to store in the repository service. This repository service is a combination of 512 tables combination. 512 tables combination. Such a beautiful 512 tables, how to create, where to create, we are trying to understand now. Let us go for the first step, that is called as starting Informatica server. Already explained yesterday, we know how to start the Informatica server. Mainly most of the places we are going to use this method, we are going to use it. And open our Informatica administrator homepage. We open that one, we provide the username and password. Step 3 onwards, we have continued today. That is called as creating repository schema in the database. Creating repository schema in the database. Instead of me doing that one, I'll ask someone to do it. Let us say, Vasu, I am giving control to you. I give the control. Please follow one by one step. Yes, I too will guide you. We'll try to finish this step 3. In the step 3, what I am trying to do is I am trying to create a user. I am trying to create inside the user. I am trying to create these 512 tables. And remember, if I say username, if I say schema name, if I say owner name, all are one and same. You are creating user means automatically the same name schema also will be created. Yes, try to open the SQL Plus. SQL Plus will be available as part of the Oracle client installation. If you go for the Oracle client installation, here I have the Oracle client. There we have the application development. There we have the SQL Plus. That's how we are going to open SQL Plus. Then type slash as sysdba. Type slash as sysdba slash one space as sysdba. Enter. Okay, if you get this kind of protocol adapter error, then this client is not configured properly at that moment. As part of the server installation, if you go and see, we got here one SQL Plus, we got it. Just try with that one, it is going to work. So this is the one as part of the server it came. Just try it here. Slash as sysdba. No, slash as sysdba. Okay, so as part of that protocol adapter error, if you get means, that means client is not able to communicate with the server. As part of server, whatever you got SQL Plus, you are opening it. Okay, in our machines, this kind of problem it may not be there. In my case, what I did is I installed the server in one place, client in one place. I integrate using the network and all. That's what these problems are there. Your systems are standalone systems. Your laptops are standalone laptops, right? That is reason only one SQL Plus will be available in our case. You can directly go and open the SQL Plus. Even if you go to here, run, then you type here also SQL Plus, then SQL Plus is going to open. Once SQL Plus is open, slash as sysdba, enter, it is going to work. If it is not working, proper administrator ID, you know, right? Proper administrator ID means like sys, okay? Then RR capital, I text small, 1, 2, 3. This is also not working. Sys as sysdba, then RR capital, I take small, 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is how we are going to connect to the SQL Plus. Okay, everyone aware of it, how to connect to the SQL Plus, right? Now, just go and try to create the user here. Just create the user, create user, create user. Username is equal to, you can provide your batch number B229, B229 batch B. B stands for batch, B229 user. One moment. User B229. Then RS stands for repository service. B229 continuation only RS. B229 continuation we are writing RS. Then identified by RR capital, IT is small, 1, 2, 3. Then enter. CREATE, create. Oh, user is wrong. Now we are trying to enter create user. Then with the user as B229, RS identified by RR capital, I take small, 1, 2, 3. Now user is created. Once user is created, we have to create some tables inside this one, right? That is the reason we need to provide certain permissions. Those permissions we are saying as grant DBA to B229, then RS. B229 RS, then enter. We are going to see here grant is succeeded. Then try to connect to this one. Let us say connect B229, then RS, then slash RR capital, I take small, 1, 2, 3 at the rate of ORCL. Then we are able to connect. If you see in this one, do we have any tables or what? Let us say select count, then star from TAB. Then you can observe we don't have any tables. Those are the points what I am trying to discuss here. If you see here, we are trying to create some user. Of course, this in place of this username, we used one user that is called as B229RS. Identified by RR attack 123, grant the DBA, connect to this user, and we are selected count star from tab. Please note that no tables are available in this schema. That's what we noticed here. We don't have any tables, 0 tables are available. Okay. Now next one is available, that is called as configuring repository service in admin console. Configuring repository service in admin console. What is the meaning here? So open Informatica administrator homepage, provide username and password as administrator, click on login. Okay, first let us try to open the browser. I'm trying to open the browser. Already people are aware of the URL. Let us go and try to type the URL. This is what the URL whatever available. HTTPS RRATech 8443 administrator/admin. If you didn't remember the URL, need not worry. You can go to the start here. In the start, we have all programs. We have Informatica. We have server. This link, whatever available, you have to click on that link. If you click on that link, we are going to get this page. We are going to get it. The username is what? Administrator. And the password is administrator. Then we are trying to log in. Now we are able to log in successfully. Once you logged in, we are saying as under domain navigator. Under domain navigator, select domain called as domain underscore RRITech. Select domain called as domain underscore RRITech. Okay, then go to the action menu, click on the new, click on Power Center repository service, provide below information. First try to do these 2 points what are available here. Let's go to the browser, Internet Explorer. Vasu, Please go to the browser. Then you are seeing here first page that is known as domain. Under domain, we are seeing the domain navigator. Under domain navigator, we are seeing the domain underscore RRI tech. That is what our domain. Once we selected the domain, then go to the action menu. Beside that, we have action menu. There we have the new option. There we have the Power Center repository service. Now we are trying to create the folder. Cancel it. Cancel it. Power Center repository service, you have to go. Click on the new action, new action, then new, then Power Center repository service. That's right. Click on that. Click on that. Right. So if you see here, this window, new Power Center repository service contains how many steps it is? 2 steps. In that one, specify the properties for this Power Center repository service. Properties, one of the properties name. Any name you can go and you can define it. Let us say we are trying to define some name. Then we have to provide here some location, some license which we given at the time of installation. Node. This also at the time of installation we given. So this is the time of installation only. This is at the time of installation only we given. Installation time you provided those things. This is the only one parameter now we have to decide it. So I am trying to decide that parameter. There is nothing but B229, our batch number, that is B229. Then we are trying to store the repository service, right? Underscore RR ITEC underscore REP. This is what the repository service name I am giving. B229 RR Tech repository. Now we have to provide here license from the drop down whatever it is available. This is the license which we given at the time of installation. And we have to provide here node. The node also we have to provide like this. So we provided required things we provided. In this window you given only one thing you given. This is the only one thing what is selected. This is the only one thing what is selected. Remaining all things are already available, right? Okay. Morning 6 a.m. repository service. Morning 6 a.m. repository service. Now I am in the description only, whatever you want you can write it. Now I am trying to click on here next to do the second step of wizard. Click on the next. Excellent. Now if you see here what it is asking, we are in the step of second step. Specify the database properties. We know already this repository service is consist of 512 tables. This 512 tables, where you want to place, in which repository you want to place, that repository, sorry, which database you want to place, that database you have to select here. As we are aware of it, our repository service is consist of 512 tables. That 512 tables you have to place in one of the database. The database you are trying to select here. So go to the drop down and select the database. Oracle, that's excellent. Then select the username. Username, what username you created for this purpose? Just now we created one username. This is what the username what you created, right? B229 RS, and the password is RR capital I small 123. This B229 RS substitute here, and this password whatever available substitute here, and whatever database name is available, right? What is the database name? ORCL, that one substitute here. Try to type it. Careful, what you given? B229 RS. Yes. Now password. Caps lock is on. Make sure you are typing RR capital, I text small 123. RR capital, I text small 123. If you have any doubt on the password typing, what we are typing is correct or not, first you can type here RR capital, ITC small 123, then copy it and try to paste here so that we won't do any mistakes. If you write any mistakes here, this repository service creation will not happen properly. That is the reason we should do this one very carefully. We need to do it. Next, we have to provide the connection string, which is nothing but our database name. If I say connection string or database name, both are one and same. So provide here ORCR. Next is available code page. The code page is nothing but what code you have to provide here. See this one. These are the codes are available by default. Okay, whatever it is there by default, keep that only. Don't change this one. And the main one is this is what the main one next. Content exists under specified connection string. Do not create new content. Do we have the content in our here? No, right? We don't have any content. As we don't have the content, we have to select the second option that is called as no content exists. No content exists under specified connection string. Create new content. We have to select it. As we don't have the content, we are seeing the 0 tables. We are seeing it. Select it. And we have here two properties. One is called as global repository. Second is called as version control. Suppose you have the repository 1 and repository 2 and repository 3 is available. And we have here one global repository. Inside this one we have, let's say, object 1. If you want to use object 1 and repository 3, then we need the global repository. So global repository object can be shareable among local repositories. Local repositories can be shareable. But at this point of time, I am not selecting this global repository option. Don't select this one. And enabling version also, we are not selecting it. Later point of time also can come back and we can select this one. I'll talk more about this global repository and version control after a few classes. As of now, click on finish. Excellent. Now once you click on finish, you can see here it's trying to say shortly it's trying to say one thing. Enabling the service enabled successfully. Creation of service content successfully. Contents are in progress. What is the meaning contents are in progress is, if you see here how many tables are there? 0. Now I am going, how many tables are there? 265. Again I am executing, how many tables are there? 367. Again I am executing 382. That means what is happening here? Now it is creating some tables, it is creating, right? Contents in progress. Contents in progress. Contents is nothing but here, tables creation is nothing but called as contents here. So if you go and try to execute here, we are getting what? 512 tables. These 512 tables are called as your repository tables. These 512 tables are called as your repository tables. Am I clear? So that's what I am asking you to confirm here. At the end of this one, I am asking, yes, name is given as B29RS. That's correct. That's what we given here, right? Where is showing B29?
In the repository name, it's giving only B229 underscore RRI tech. It's showing. If you open the console.
Okay, console I am opening. Okay.
Yeah, here B229 underscore RRI tech underscore rip.
This is repository service name, right? No, this is Informatica level repository service name.
Okay.
And this is see here. You come to understand by seeing this one. This is the name which is sitting where?
Okay, that is DB name is.
This is the database properties.
Okay,
this is the schema and this is the database name. On top of the schema, this is sitting. This is the Informatica terminology. This is Informatica terminology. It is a database terminology.
Fine, fine.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
For clarity purpose, even I can say I can write some kind of notepad I used to maintain generally. We are trying to maintain one notepad. Current patches. Let us go for. I'm trying to create here one notepad, new. Then notepad. Your batch number is B229. Informatica 6 a.m. batch. Okay. Now go and try to observe here. You tell me some of the informations now. Some of the informations now. Where is your repository service? Where is your repository service? Where it is sitting? It is sitting here, right? So that username is what? That password is what? Those things we have to provide it. So username is B229RS and password is RR capital ITC small 123 and database name is ORCL. And what is Informatica repository service name? That is B229 underscore RR ITEC underscore REP underscore REP. This one is sitting inside this one. Without this, there is no this repository. That dependency is what? First we have to create this one. Then we have to create this one. Okay. This is always touch base with this one. This is a database component. This is a Informatica component. This is a database component. It is an Informatica component. Both together is going to speak here. Am I clear? Right. Now let us go for next one. We completed here. We also confirmed we have the 512 tables. Then second one, fifth step, changing operating mode from exclusive to normal. What is the meaning of this one? Why we have to change exclusive to normal? We have to understand. Select our repository. Click on repository properties, edit. Change operating mode from exclusive to normal. Click on OK, blah blah. Let us go and try to see here. This is what the repository. Here we have one option that is known as repository properties is one option is available. If I click on edit here, let us try to click on edit. Then we can see this is what the operating mode is available. There are two properties, exclusive and normal. Right. When I need to select here exclusive is, if you want to promote local repository, as a global repository, in that case only you have to select here exclusive. Remaining all cases, we have to use normal only. And next one is available here, that is a global repository. Next is available here, you want to enable your version. At that moment only you have to select the exclusive. If you want to maintain this global repository and version control, if you want to maintain, then only we have to go for exclusive. Remaining all cases, you have to go for the normal only. For better understanding purpose, why can't you can read this help document, whatever available here. So if you see your operating mode, can you please read this one? Mode in which the Power Center repository service is running. Values are normal and exclusive. Two values are available. Run the Power Center repository service in exclusive mode to perform some administration tasks such as promoting a local repository to a global repository, or enabling the version control. Only in these two cases we are going to use the exclusive. Remaining all cases we are going to use the normal only. Is it clear? Okay. Now we are going here. What does it mean local to global is, I said previously one point, right? Any common objects are available. Let's say here I have the one object is available. Any object, that may be source or whatever it is. This object I want to use in local repository 1, in local repository 2, in local repository 3. If you want to use this object in these all things, this object must be available in the global repository. Mostly, almost all the projects, whatever I worked, there is no chance of maintaining the multiple repositories itself. Always will be happy with the one repository only, will be creating only one repository in any project. But this guy also provide here global repository and local repositories. In the global repository, whatever available that can be accessible to the local repositories can be accessible. That kind of functionality also is given. But everyone is happy with the local repository only. Whatever you want, you are going to create here only, you are going to create it. Okay, now let us go and try to select here. If I give wrong password, will it give the, if I give wrong password, will it create the repository service? No sir, it won't create the repository. If you give wrong password, you tell me how it is going to contact the database. How it will create these 512 tables. If you give wrong password, it cannot contact the database, right? So it cannot create the 512 tables. If 512 tables are not created, then you can say your repository service is not created, right? Yes, that's right. Now go and try to. Yes, these 512 tables are created by Informatica service only. That's what we saw just now. Whenever that is running, automatically it is coming back in some tables, right? Right. Now go and try to select here normal only. You select it. We selected the normal. That's what I am asking you to do it. Select the property exclusive to normal. Then click on OK button here. Then restart service window will appear. That's what the restart service window is appear. Then the restart window also, click on OK. This is what the restart service window. Click on OK. It is going to stop and start. The repository service is going to stop and start. Click on OK. Then automatically we are going to see here the mode whatever available here exclusive. The mode whatever available exclusive, that will be converted as a normal. Now it's trying to disable the service. This is what our repository service. It's trying to disable, then trying to enable the service. It is enabling. They're fetching the data. Then you can observe here shortly. Now go and try to select here operating mode as what? Normal available. Operating mode as normal available. Okay, this is a mandatory to change it. If it is available normal mode, then only we can do the next step. Otherwise, we cannot do the next step. If you are without converting this exclusive to normal, if you try to do the next step also, it's going to be failed. It is going to be failed. Integration server is a one more server is available. That work we have to do only if the repository service is available in the normal mode. Okay, what is integration service now? This is a time to understand what is integration service. Integration service is something, let us say, you want to read the data from this 512 tables. You want to write the data into the 512 tables. Or you want to execute the things. Whatever you want to do also, this integration service is required. This integration service is required. So I can say indirectly, on top of repository service, integration service is working. For to do these three activities, one is called as reading activity, second is called as writing activity, third is called as execute activity. These are the three activities what it is going to do it. Okay, now one repository service may have a number of integration services. This is purely for the load balancing purpose. They given this one. Suppose you have one repository service is available. This is what the repository service, which is nothing but your 512 tables, whatever available, the 512 tables. Now here one integration service is available, and here one integration service is available. If multiple integration services are available, then reading the activities, writing the activities, executing the activities will happens quickly. Suppose this server is busy, integration server 1 is busy, then integration server 2 is going to take care. If it is busy, then integration server 3 is going to take care. So on top of one repository service, you may have a number of integration services are available for the purpose of number one, that is called as load balancing purpose. Number one, that is called as load balancing purpose. Load balancing purpose. Number two is available to maintain the zero downtime. Suppose one server is down also, we need not worry about it. Other servers will be take care of the same work. So zero downtime. If it is failed also, this will be running and this will be running. Happily work will be moving forward. Or the same concept is also known as high available system. High availability of the system. High availability of the system. So overall what I want to say is, mostly in Informatica, we are going to use only one repository service, but a number of integration services. In our project, what we are going to use? Only one repository service. The two local repository only are going to use it. Global repository is not at all required if only one repository service is required, right? So local repository service only we are going to use it. And on top of local repository service, we will have the number of integration services are available. We have a number of integration services are available. Now creation process is very simple. We are selecting the domain, then go to the action menu, click on the new, click on Power Center Integration Service. Then we are getting here the window. Here we have to provide the name, we have to provide it, then license, then node we have to provide here. Let us go and try to provide these all things. To provide those all things, yes sir, go ahead. Yes, please do it, Vasu. Now select your domain. What is your domain? Domain underscore RRI Tech is your domain. Domain underscore RRI Tech. Then select the action menu. Select the action menu. Click on it. Then go for the new. Then Power Center Integration Service. Click on that. Now you can observe here we are trying to, this also two steps process it is, and specify the properties for this new Power Center Integration Service. We have to decide only name, we have to decide here. License and node we have to select from the drop down only, we have to select it. Okay, only you have to decide is name only, we have to decide it. We can put any name, we can provide it. We are providing B229, then RR ITEC, then it's the integration service, right? So I am giving the name as INT. Now select the license and node from here, and comment line we are writing here, that is it is a integration service to read, comma, write, comma, execute objects of repository service. What is your repository service name? B229 underscore RRI Tech underscore REP. Just for information purpose, I given this one. This integration service is useful to read, write, execute objects of repository service. That repository service name is this one. You can give any description. If you are not giving also, it is okay. If you are not giving also this one, it is okay. We have to give only one mandatory information from our side is this name we have to give it. Any of license and node we have to select from the drop down. License and node you have to select from the drop down. Click on here next. Then carefully provide the properties here. Specify the power center repository service. From the time we are learning like integration service is working on top of repository service, right? This is our repository service. On top of this one, this integration service is working. So what repository service it is working? That repository service you have to select here. It has to work on what repository service? That repository service you have to select here. That's right. Now, what is the username and password you have to provide here? Think and tell me. See, this username password is repository corresponding username and password you have to provide it. Informatica repository corresponding username and password. At the time of installation of Informatica installation time, we have one user, right? Whatever user you have it, that user you have to provide it. That username is administrator, right? So provide here administrator. Administrator you have to provide here. Please provide it. Administrator. That's right. No, it's not right. Not right. See the spelling here and try to correct it if you want. See the spelling here. Same thing you have to provide here. Try to provide it. Yeah, provide it. Right. Same thing, copy and paste into the password. Now that's clear. Now click on the finish. Now select that one, click on OK. Perfect. Now it is going to create here shortly one integration service. It is going to create it. We can observe it's trying to create integration service. With this we completed. These are the points. We went for here domain, then action, new, power center integration service we selected. Then we are moving to the list towards here and we selected here and we went for the license and node we selected and we selected our repository whatever available. Then these all things we provided and next click on OK. Next is enabling integration service. Observe integration service is available or not. Enable integration service you have to do it. Where I can do the enable integration service. As of now it's showing as this power center integration service is disabled. In order to enable, we have here one option is available. This option is called as enable. So try to click on here this option so that it will be enabled. Click on that. Now you can see it is trying to enable some issue. Could not be enabled due to the service installation failed. Okay. Let us see why this problem is came. Repository service B2 view log. some reason is failed. We are trying to debug that one. Spell was wrong. Very good. Why spell was wrong, sir? We copied and pasted, right? It, still is spelling was wrong.
Yeah, administrator spelling was wrong.
What is that?
Administrator username spelling was wrong.
Oh, he copied from here only, right? No. Okay. Let me do one thing then. Let us go and try to correct the spelling first. So to correct that one, what we'll do is we have to go for B229. Our integration service, whatever available, select that integration service. It's trying to go for integration service as selecting. Then here we have the associate repositories option is available. That's what we have to provide the spellings properly. We have to provide administrator, yeah, I missing here. Why you didn't why didn't tell at that moment, sir? Here I is missing. I is missing, right? Okay, that is wrong. So let us go and try to.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would throw an error.
Okay.
You said that it won't create if we give wrong password and all.
Yeah, if you give wrong password, it's going to throw error surely. Administrator, we are giving here. Now see the spelling correctly, it is available or not? Now spelling correct, then okay, then okay, then try to go for your action menu. Now we are going to the action menu and we have to recycle option is available here. Recycle is nothing but the same thing we are trying to do here again starting. So now this time we given the correct password, right? So it has to execute. Correct username, correct password we given. Now you can observe it's trying to load. It's trying to load. Now you can observe the Power Center integration service is available. This is what I am asking you to observe here. We have to see surely that message, you have to see it. If you see that message, then only we did correct job. Okay. So now what we did here, if you go and try to see the summarization, we did here. What is your Informatica? What is Informatica integration service you created? What you created? What you created? B229 underscore RRITEC underscore INT. This is what you created, right? Now, if you say here architecture wise, if you go for what is happening is this is the one which you created first, B229 RS. It is a database schema. It is a database schema which consists of here 512 tables are available inside this one. On top of this one, we sitting repository service is sitting. Our repository service is sitting on top of this one. Okay, our repository service is sitting here. On top of this repository service, we sitting our integration service is sitting here. So our integration service, that integration service is this one. This is how it is available. Inside the on top of the schema, repository service is sitting. Okay, on top of the repository service, integration service is sitting, and all are communicating vice versa. Okay, I mean to say this one can communicate with the repository service can communicate with the database. Integration service can communicate with the repository service can communicate with the integration service. Is it clear? I can say repository service is nothing but simply storage location. If we compare with a human body, I can say it is a brain to remember the things. Okay, in the human body we have the brain, right? What is the job of that one? It's trying to remember some things, right? That is what the purpose of this one. Any questions? If no, we'll try to stop today.
Hello, sir. One doubt actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
While creating the repository, there was one checkbox, version control. We didn't check the checkbox, that one.
Yes,
So
version
now,
control, global repository. These two things I am going to talk about later.
okay.
Okay.
So my question is that was.
There was one more box for security audit trail. What is the importance of that?
What is that?
Security audit trail. There was one more field while creating repository service.
Let me see that one. What property you are asking? Yeah, it's talking actually. One moment. Security audit trial, right? You are asking about? Whenever we are trying to create here, which one you are trying to create it? We got it, that option. This is not there in case of repository service creation.
Actually, when you were creating it from exclusive mode to normal mode, there we had an option.
So sorry, when we were creating?
When we were changing the mode from exclusive to normal,
Exclusive
the
to
other
normal.
option was, yeah.
Okay, that is okay. Let me show that option. So let us select any one repository service. Then this one we are asking, right? Security audit trial.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This option is, let us say you created some kind of users you created, okay, and you created groups you created. Which user is doing what? That audit information we want to store or we don't want to store it. That's what is going to decided. If you want more information about that one, you can go to the help here. Just read this paragraph, you come to understand here. We have here security audit trial. Track changes made to users, groups, privileges, and permissions. The log manager tracks the changes. To apply changes, restart the Power Center repository service. If really you want this information, then you have to make over there yes, so that this information will be stored. Is it clear? Okay, thank you. Then we'll meet on Monday. Tomorrow Sunday, it is all day. We'll meet on Monday morning 6 a.m. IST. Thank you. Bye bye.